Welcome to my personal reflections on Double Fantasy, both the album and the exhibition held at the National Museum of Liverpool. Double Fantasy was the fifth album by John Lennon and Yoko Ono, and it was released in 1980. It's also the seventh and final studio album released by John during his lifetime. The album was ironically being signed by John when he was brutally gunned down outside his apartment. I hope you enjoy the video and my reflections and photographs on this period in John and Yoko's life. Hello again. It's been a while since I made my last video. That was about drones and about registration and stuff like that. And at the time I said I was preparing another video about my visit to Liverpool and to the John Lennon Yoko Ono exhibition, which was held in the National Museum of Liverpool on the waterfront. Well, I've had 3 or 4 attempts at making it, and each one has kind of missed the mark a little bit because I didn't know why I was doing it. What was the reason for making that video? And the exhibition was called Double Fantasy, and of course Double Fantasy was the iconic LP that was produced released by John Lennon in 1980, just 3 weeks before his tragic murder in America. And you may remember at the time that it was the perpetrator of that crime, which was Mark Chapman, who was trying to get John Lennon to sign an edition of this Double Fantasy album. Now, when the album was first produced, it had mixed reception, a very mixed reception. It wasn't well liked by the critics. But of course, 3 weeks later, he was tragically murdered by Mark Chapman, who, by the way, is still alive and is still continuing his prison sentence in New York, and after I think about 14 parole refusals now. Anyway, he was trying to get John to sign this album, and then we all know the outcome of that. He shot him and then continued standing there while John was dying, reading The Catcher in the Rye. So by it's awful events, and that's why I've had problems making this video, because in one way the exhibition was a celebration of their love between each other, John and Yoko, and another way it was kind of sad. There were lots of bits in it which were real tear-jerkers, and it just took you back to that era. And the problem was that it reminded you that over that period, from 1980, when John was tragically murdered, nothing has really changed. There's still just as much violence, there's still just as much gun crime and knife crime as there was then. So, on that sad and rather depressing note, you can understand why I've had problems making this video. The video is going to show you some pictures from the exhibition and just take you around it. A little bit of commentary from me, but not much. I really enjoy going there. Unfortunately, it's now closed. In fact, it closed 2 days after I visited the museum. It had already been extended by 3 months because of its enormous popularity. But anyway, I'm going to take you to Liverpool in just a few moments. And I thought I'd share this with you as well, just to cheer things up a bit. This was released in 1971. It's my green edition of Happy Xmas rather. War is Over, John and Yoko, stroke the Plastic Ono Band. And there it is, and that's a green edition. So no doubt I'll be playing that or putting that on during the Christmas festivities. But I just like that record. It's nice. So anything else I can say? Oh, perhaps there is. Perhaps I ought to talk about the second edition of this Double Fantasy album, which was produced by Yoko Ono and by Jack Douglas, and they made us what they called the Double Fantasy stripped down version of this, and it came as a double CD set. One CD was a remix of the original album, and the other one was the same songs, but with a lot of the musicality stripped away to reveal John's vocals to their best and to their full extent. I don't have a copy of it. I'm thinking very much of getting one. But there we go. Enough from me. Let's go over to Liverpool. It starts off with me having a pre-exhibition lunch, or maybe it was partway through, because you can go in and out as many times as you want. It's free, in a pub just opposite the National Museum in Liverpool. So let's go to Liverpool, and I hope you enjoy. I'll be back with you in just a few moments. Enjoy. Hello, I'm just having lunch in the Brasco Lounge. I've got the menu here, all sorts of stuff in there. I've just ordered a chili and enjoying a pint. Just been... You have to wait a bit, I have got a lot... No, I won't. I'll carry on. In the Brasco Lounge in Liverpool, and just had an amazing tour of the Yoko Ono and John Lennon exhibition, which is absolutely fantastic. This video is going to be about that, and I'm going to show you all sorts of photographs about that. So just going to enjoy my meal, and then maybe a little bit of stuff outside, and it's very noisy in here, and what one has to do is ignore the distraction. But I'm here, I'm going to enjoy my meal, and I'll be back with you a little bit later. Cheers! The Museum of Liverpool is a modern and imposing building on the banks of the River Mersey, and in the background there you can see the library buildings. I'm not going to talk all the way through this because I think the pictures themselves are very self-explanatory. Hope you enjoy. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon when I get back. But thank you for watching, and as always, take care from Liverpool. Well, I hope you enjoyed your visit to the National Museum of Liverpool and the wonderful exhibition of Double Fantasy. Lots of things there, very interesting to see. And it's sad really that it's no longer available to visit, but as I say, it was there for a long period of time. Anyway, that's about all from me for now. I'm I'm going to finish my coffee and then get this video uploaded, and I'll be back with you again soon. And I realise it's been ages since I've done a tech video, but I've got one coming up, which is an item that I bought at a charity shop recently, and I'm going to link that with some other interesting material. So that's it for now. As always, take care.